So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
The drive starts with a completion left side and able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10.
21.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Forced out to his left. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches' 2-minute drill.
His throw caught at about the 5. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 16 yards, a first down.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Cut. 180.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Check 45, come on. Exit. Check. DC.
Now gone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
To throw is Ryan. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
58, Mike, 58.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, Sam! Hey, let's go!
To throw again is Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Justin Hardy in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he loses the football a second time. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Allen Bailey in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Returnable here from the 38. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 49-yard line.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle. They're down here in the 3rd quarter, trying to get something going to the outside there. Didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 17, Ryan. That's complete to Smith. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Watch the safety creep. Tell you one.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Falcons grab it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Now, after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
The Rams take over 1st down at their own 25-yard line.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
From the 30 on second down. Goff airing it out deep for Woods. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for L.A. 57 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, here's Goff. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They'll try and run it in with Brown. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
26 Mike, 26 Mike, 58. Keep it up, guys. Kill.
Throwing now is Ryan. Complete. Smith has it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready for 80. Back 25. Two times. Four down. Check. Four down.
A toss play left. There goes Devontae Freeman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They're going on fourth down. It's Ryan. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Freeman at tailback. He's got it running left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Ryan to throw. Looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
20. 59. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Now gone. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. He's going to let it fly. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tack McKinley. And the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game.
21.
Here's Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Go tonight. 180. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
One last throw here for Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could...
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back.